As great as Claude Design is, and as much as you love it, you're probably getting incredibly frustrated with the fact that you tried it, ran a few designs, and then hit your limits, not just for a few hours, not even for a day, but for an entire week, which basically leaves this super powerful tool basically unusable. But there is a better way to do this. You can use a tool called Open Design to get all of the benefits of Claude Design and a ton more that Claude Design doesn't even have. Now, I'm going to show you exactly how to set this up step by step and how to use it and how to benefit from some of the features that Claude Design doesn't even have yet. So for a quick little tester, what I did inside of Claude Design and inside of Open Design, and you will notice that these designs of the actual pages look pretty much identical. I created a subscription tracker with one simple prompt that I copied across both tools. You'll see if I go into my sub tracker, I used the same prompt across both and basically told it that I want a very simple subscription tracking tool, but I want it to create me 3 different variations that I can actually preview and choose from and basically pick a favorite. Now you'll see here, Open Design has done 3 different versions for me, and Claude Design has done the same. We have a Notion inspired design, and it's also created an upload page, a review state page, basically 2 different states. So here's our first Notion inspired template. Here is our more tech vibes template. And last but not least, I just told Claude to go nuts and design whatever it wanted. Now, these designs are actually not bad at all. As Claude Design has shown us, it is super skilled at coming up with and building designs. So I was expecting these designs to be quite good, and they are. Now, inside of Open Design, again, the exact same prompt, and I actually quite prefer this little design selection page. And you can actually see that we have 5 different screens. Should be able to open the full view. If not, we can click on these HTML tabs across the top. And here is our Notion inspired template. Here is our Tech Vibes template. And here is our Slick template, which is what it's called it. Now, what's important to note here is that this Open Design is also powered by Claude. But one of the incredible benefits of it is that I can actually change the model. And you can install, and I'm going to show you how in a second, you can install Open Design directly via Claude Code or via Codex. And then once you're in Open Design, you can choose any of the models you have installed on your computer, or you can just bring your own API key to add ChatGPT or DeepSeek or any of the models that you actually prefer to use. As you can see here, we have a little quick fill menu across the top. Now, one big thing that is huge to set it apart from from Claude Design, that I will show you before we actually jump into installing this, is that you'll notice across the top we have image templates and video templates, which means because of the fact that we can add in other API keys like media providers, things like audio, things like OpenAI's ChatGPT Image 2, and even other models on top of that, we can generate videos and images directly inside here and use some of these amazingly powerful templates to get us started. So what we're going to do is we're going to head to Open Design, and they actually do have, if you click on this, they actually do have a beta app that you can run on your Mac. But what we're going to be doing today is showing you how to install this with Claude Code. This also works inside of Codex, and whichever instance of Claude Code, however you are using it, you can set this up. So what you're going to do is click on the stars to go to GitHub, which I already have open directly here. Now from here, we are going to scroll down to see just a little preview about everything that is related to Open Design and how it works. Feel free to read through that, take a look at some of the screenshots, that's up to you. But all we need to do from this point is we need to go up here and copy this link. Now what we're going to do is go inside of Anti-Gravity, which is where I have my Claude Code installed and where I use it. This is a brand new blank Anti-Gravity page, and I have created an Open Design folder on my desktop that I'm just going to drag in. Now from here, you will see the folder is now open inside of Anti-Gravity. I'm going to close this tab on the right. I'm going to click on Claude Code, and we are going to start a new session. Now, all I'm going to do is, with my voice transcription tool, just say, hey, Claude, can you please install and clone this GitHub repo? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just have to go back to copy that link and copy back here And we don't need to have these quotations, so I'm going to get rid of that. And we are going to send. Now you'll see in just a couple minutes, this is actually going to be installed. It's incredibly quick for the amount of information that it's actually giving us, which is super impressive. And we will go through that in a quick second. So it's obviously recognizing that the directory itself is empty, and it's going to clone that repo, which is all of the code that comes from this. They're just basically, Claude is going in, taking the code and putting it on our system so that we can use and that we can run locally. So you'll see here, cloned successfully. Now checking package manager for install. We're going to say yes. If I click on the top left, you'll see all of the files are now here on our system. And one thing that's very cool is if I go to design systems, you'll see all of the design systems from these incredibly popular companies are already built in and baked in for you, which means we can very quickly and easily choose which design systems that we want to use when we're building things out. So as we can see here, cloned. Perfect. This is all good. What I want to say is please install it and then open it up. And then run it so I can open it up. So what it's going to do, again, it's going to finish the install. If you ever don't know what Claude Code is doing and you don't know what you should do, you can just literally ask. And it's one of the easiest ways to go about it if you are stuck or lost. Just ask Claude what it's doing and how you can do something if you're feeling lost. So this is very cool. I'm going to click and close this because we don't need to see all of those files. And again, there are so many things going on here. I'm going to switch back to our browser for a second and go back to the Open Design website, because what we can see here is that Open Design is built on top of, and this is actually going to take us back to GitHub. It's built on top of all of these skills, which it will call when building out the designs that we need. I'm going to check back in quickly, go back and approve. And it's also, it has skills, systems, and agents. It's built on top of all of these. And this actual website of theirs was built with Open Design, as you would expect. So it's pretty powerful what this can do. So now what we're going to do here, we are going to just make sure that this finishes. If it asks you for any of them, you can just allow whatever it's asking for. You'll see that our install is now complete. So what it's going to do is it's going to start the entire app for us so that we can use it. All right, we're going to say yes. Let's proceed. Now, the beautiful thing about this is that because it's running locally, it's directly connected to your Claude Code account. So what it's using are your Claude Code tokens and not the arbitrary system that Claude Design uses, which means you are only going to run out of Claude tokens, in this case, depending on the plan you're on, at a significantly later time than what you would during the Claude Design app. Because the Claude Design app, everybody, no matter what plan they're on, has the same usage limits. So here we go. Claude has given us, it's up, open it here, which is great. So what we're going to do is let's go to our web UI and boom, this should actually take us to the same URL as before because it's opened it up on the same server locally on my computer because I've already installed this. So now what you can do from here is you can basically just, let's do something like this. What we're going to do is give our project a name. Let's say social dashboard. We're going to create a high fidelity design and we are going to say create. Now what we can do is we can either start from one of these basic little prompts or we can just actually enter our own down in the bottom. And what's cool about this is that because this is open source, it's continually being added and developed to, as I'm sure Claude Design is. But from here, you'll see that they are allowing you soon to upload from Figma, connect your GitHub, grab web elements, link code editors, all of these different types of things that are going to improve the performance of the output, the performance of the app to improve the output. So what we're going to do here is we are going to say, please build me a super nice, clean, modern designed analytics dashboard that manages all of my social content across Instagram, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and Facebook Reels. So now what we're going to do is we're going to let that send. And from here, you're going to see now, it's going to actually ask you a few clarifying questions. If I scroll back to our original app that we built or design that we built inside of Claude Code, when I ran this prompt, Claude didn't ask us any questions. It just made the assumptions based on what it was that we wanted, and it built it. And it still did a great job, so no harm, no foul. But Open Design actually went in and asked me a ton of clarifying questions to get a better idea and understanding of what it was that I was looking for. And then from there, it proceeded to build everything out. It was a very nice feature to get a really good, here we go, a really good idea of what you, the user, is anticipating from here. So who's using this? Me. My primary surface, desktop. Visual tone, I want something more like, let's try playful and creator-y. Since I don't really know what that means, let's click it. Pick a direction. I'm going to say pick a direction for me. What metrics should be front and center? Views, yes. Engagement rate, follower growth. Top performing posts. Yes, perfect. Scope of this prototype, we're going to say single dashboard. No, let's go with, yeah, let's just start with a single dashboard because we just want to see a quick little preview. And then data style, realistic mockup. I'll invent plausible numbers, use my real handles. No, we'll just go with realistic. And then that's good. Anything else? Nope. We're going to send. And we're going to let that run and see what it builds for us. Now, if we go back to this version of our previous build to take a look at what's possible once your designs are actually completed. So what you can do from here is there's a lot of things. You can either look at the source code, or what you can actually do is add comments. So you can add comments, and from the comments section, what you can do is you can mark, where are we? We can mark specific spots that you want edited. And what we're going to do here, we're going to turn that off because we don't need it at the moment. But here, if you click share, now, again, what you can also do is you can continue to iterate on the prompt. So I can add more information, I can prompt more, and then it will make changes to whatever it is that I'm asking for. Like if I wanted to change these numbers across the top, these 4 blocks, if I wanted to make more of them, less of them, whatever. If I wanted to make things more clear, if I wanted to make this menu open and close, collapsible, I can do that too. Just have to tell the design prompting box what you want. But once, let's just say this is everything that we need and everything that we want, you would click on share. Now from here, what we can do is we can export as any of these particular settings. Now what's really nice about this is if we were designing slides, then PDF or PowerPoint is probably what we would want. But for a web-based platform like a dashboard, we would want something like download as zip, export as standalone HTML, even as a markdown file. But what's really great is that we can use deploy to Vercel to publish this directly to the web without anything else. Now, my guess is you're probably going to want to actually integrate this into a real Claude Code project or again on Codex. So you're probably not going to be deploying this, but you have the ability to do it, which is very nice. Now this is still running. Here we go. So as I mentioned before, inside of Anti-Gravity, where we have all of these different design systems, this is where they're pulling some design systems for us to use. Now, if you go into the settings, you can actually see all of them, but this is basically asking us which one is the one that we would like to use. Do we want a modern minimal inspired by linear and Vercel, or do we want something else? I think we should go with this one. It might look the most vibe coded, but personally, those are my favorite. That's my favorite palette anyway. So I want us to use that. And we are going to, again, continue to let this run. Now, again, if we go back, we can go back to our settings. And there is also a little pet section where you can add little pets that walk around on your app. Not necessary, but always a fun little thing to add. So what's cool about this, if we go back, it's still working, locked in, perfect. Okay. Just want to keep an eye on that so we can see the finished product. So again, here, what's really great is if you want to, and my recommendation on this is you want to use Claude for that initial big build of the design. It does a really good job of interpreting the design files from an aesthetic standpoint. But then what you can do if you want to build out a little bit more of the functionality is you could switch your model and add in your OpenAI key, and then you can choose which OpenAI model you actually want to use, which I would probably recommend 5.5 because it is brand new and incredibly powerful. And again, same thing, you can also add images. Now, what's really nice is you could just add in your OpenAI key here as well. And then in your build, you could say, for example, we could add in a header across the top that is going to generate an AI image for us and then put that directly inside of header or wherever else you want in the app. Super, super powerful, which again, Claude Code cannot do by default because it doesn't have the ability to generate any images for us. Let's check back on our design. All right, so we are going through. Direction is locked. Perfect. So it's going to go through these 10 to-dos in order to actually build our full design for us. So now what we can do here is we have our media providers that we've gone through. We've gone through our different models. And from here, all we need to do now is wait for that finished product to actually be done and designed. So now we can see our design is done and fully completed, and we have a super slick and simple basic dashboard, which is actually really refined. One thing that I like about this, while it is still a little basic and needs a little bit more refinement to actually be polished, a lot of the details are really dialed in, which from my experience, you don't quite see in a vibe-coded dashboard. A lot of it with these images and the heights of them and the additional or complementary information here, I think is really, really well done. And same with the posting cadence. This is really nice. So again, we have a more basic example here, and the charts are actually really slick too, but you can see the power of this and how simply it is that you can just take an idea with the incredibly short and minimal prompt that we gave it and answered a few questions and have it turn into a fully working dashboard. So again, we just told it to build one page, so it only did. But again, you can really take this and run with it. So give this a shot. The links and everything that you need to actually get this GitHub repo are all down below. And I hope you found this helpful. And I'm trying to make more content like this for you to help you out. So make sure to give me a follow and click to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.